Hi,
Hey
everyone.
everyone, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Lucy, and we run Sticker Guru, a stationery and stickers shop.
We created the Big Plans podcast to share the things we've learned over the past 6 years of running our own business.
I feel like we really need like a theme song.
I
Lisa
agree.
and Lucy in the morning or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, today we are diving into Shopify apps. We did do our pros and cons of selling on Shopify, I think 2 episodes back. So be sure
hmm
to listen to that before you listen to this one.
Today, we're just going to be discussing all of the Shopify apps that we currently use for
Yeah,
our Shopify. There's actually quite a few. I did
there's a
not
lot.
realize how many we were using until
Yep.
just now. So let's just go ahead and get started with the first one.
Okay, first one I'll cover. So it's called Acorn. If you listen to one of our previous, we've mentioned it a couple times in our previous episodes.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're not
If you
familiar
listen
with it,
to the PR team
yes,
episode,
the
episode
PR team
4.
episode. Yeah, go listen to that first. So it's an influencer marketing app. We use it to manage our PR team. So basically, it can track like if your PR person posts to their feed or to their stories and mentions you, it can record that and reward them points. It can also reward
Mhm.
them points when people use either their discount code or their like special
Referral link.
link referral link. Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you. So yeah, it's a really awesome app. I do know the developer. I actually worked with him to kind of like build this
To
out.
create this. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is basically your idea.
It was my
Um,
dream, and he made it a
yes.
reality, so I'm really glad because I could not
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any skills to build this. So, there is a free version, so if you guys are interested, there is a free version, highly recommend just trying it out. It takes 4% of your referred sales. There's
Mhm.
a middle tier that is $50 a month, and it takes 1%, and we are on the $250 per month, which takes 0% of referred sales. I love it so much. I'm
Yeah, it's
so
really
happy we have
great.
it.
Because I remember before you were managing the PR team
Oh
and
my god,
we
yes.
didn't have Acorn, and you
It
would
was
have
so
to
stressful.
manually track, like, all the orders that came in. They'd use, like, a code, and, it was just a lot to keep track of
Like
whether or not they, like, posted. It just was getting too much, and I think that's why we stopped doing the PR team a long time
yeah,
ago, but I'm glad that this exists now, and it just makes things a lot easier, so
I would not be able to do a PR team, like, we would not have a PR team if this thing did not
Mhm.
exist,
Yeah,
straight
yes,
up. So if you
absolutely.
are
So,
interested,
highly
we have the
recommend
link.
just checking it out. At least try out the free version, I'd say,
Yeah.
and see how that goes for you.
Yep, we'll have a link in the show notes for everything that we mentioned. Okay, so next up, digital downloads. We don't really touch this. I don't think we've touched it in a long time, but
Mhm.
if you sell printables or, like files, this allows people to basically download the file right away after they purchase
Yeah. So
the
if
file.
you, like, sell art, I feel like this one would be good
Yeah,
for you. Pretty self-explanatory.
like just like digitals, and it's free.
Mhm.
At least the
Yeah.
version that we're using is free, so it doesn't hurt to check it out.
Yeah. Okay. So next, this one is one that we use quite a bit. I'm very familiar with this one. It's called Dynamic Banner Suite. And basically, if you look at our website, at the very top, there is like a little banner that normally says new releases or like last call for our subscription box or like free shipping on orders over so and so. Basically, it's dynamic. So I believe they have an option for like free shipping where
Yeah,
it will tell you how much you still have to spend in order to get that free shipping. And I feel like this has been like one of our favorite apps to use.
definitely.
Yeah, it's free, so highly suggest checking it out. I do think that Shopify themes typically have like a built-in
Yeah, like we have
top
a built-in
banner.
one, but I don't love
Um,
it.
but I don't love it. I think this one is better because it is dynamic and it's just like a little bit more has a little bit more features to it. So yeah, I would recommend checking that one out.
Yeah, and next one is InstaFeed, which I feel like you installed, so you can talk about it.
Yeah, so if you scroll to the very bottom of our shop homepage, you will see a little grid with our Instagram photos. So it's basically connected to our Instagram and it updates whenever we post something new. They have a free version that works, has all the features you could need. But I noticed on the mobile, if you go on your phone and look at it, it basically just doesn't resize to mobile, which I think is a little bit more of a personal preference. So we do
Mhm.
use the paid version, which I believe is only like $5 a month.
Yeah.
And basically it resizes the grid so that I believe it's 2 by 5 rather than 5 by 2, if that makes any sense. It's really a minor detail. So I would at least check out the free version. Yeah, it's just a nice to have. I think it's nice to connect your Instagram to your shop homepage so people they scroll down to the bottom, they can see your Instagram, see your products laid out, like see actual photos. I think that is just nice to have.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have, and it's like $5, so I don't mind paying
Yeah.
$5
I
a
mean,
month.
they also have a free version, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Next up, we have Printful. So it's a print on demand app. And if you go to our shop, you may notice we have an apparel section. So we don't actually make the sweaters.
Mhm.
We use Printful and we create the design. And then when someone purchases, Printful creates it, they ship it out, all that. So we don't have to carry any inventory. We don't have to worry about any of
Mhm.
that. It's free, but the caveat is that you just end up paying like the fee or like, purchasing that product.
Mhm.
And then like
Yeah.
you get the margin of whatever you're charging.
Yeah, honestly, it's really great because, we don't have to make anything. We literally just like had to upload our design. I mean, I think they just take a cut of whatever we sell.
It's like
I
a
think it's just
pretty big
interesting. It's just
chunk,
like
but
it's a pretty big chunk, but, like, we literally don't have to put in any work, so that is really nice. I would
it
say if you
does
are interested in selling apparel, but you don't actually want to spend the time or money to have to find materials or, like, learn how to
do the screen
I think
printing
yeah,
stuff.
like, screen printing, the hot press, whatever, this would be a good route to do that.
Yeah, and also you can order samples for yourself.
Mhm.
So we
Yeah.
did that. We have our own sweaters. We love them. I feel like we wear them like at least I wear mine
Mhm.
like every
Yeah.
day.
I wear mine all the time, and, like, it's honestly one of my favorite sweaters. It's the "Don't let idiots ruin your day"
Yeah.
sweater,
I get so
and
many compliments and comments on that sweater.
yeah,
It's
all
just
the time, like, I've never had anyone be like, "No," they don't like it, like
yeah, just a lot of it's, like, funny, just a lot of positive
Mhm.
comments for that shirt. I think everyone can
Yeah.
relate. But, yeah, so if you want to just check it out and, like, purchase stuff for yourself, that's also I think it's,
Mhm.
like, at
Yeah,
a
that's also an
20%
option.
discount or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Recharge. So we used to use CrateJoy, but I don't know if CrateJoy has an app with Shopify, so we had, like, a separate website with our CrateJoy.
And this is
Um
for our subscription box.
Oh, yes. Yes, thank you. It's for a subscription box. So we switched over to Recharge, which basically allows you to sell your make turn any listing into a subscription or like a subscribe and save. So we do that with our subscription box. We pay, so we are on their plan where they take 1% of your sales and then 10 cents per transaction. I think
Mhm.
they have some other like higher tiers, but that one works for us.
Yeah.
And
So this is definitely a paid app.
yeah, it's a paid app. But
But
I
yeah, I
mean,
love how it's like integrated into Shopify so we don't have to have like a separate whole other separate website.
yeah,
It's just nice to have it all in one place. And I feel like it's like pretty easy to actually I
to
won't say
use
if it's easy to
they actually
I feel
changed their
like it's
interface recently. It's
okay.
a lot more
Because I was
user-friendly
about to
now.
say it was not easy to set up.
Oh, yeah, they recently had
um
an update. It's a
okay.
lot better now.
Okay, because I remember looking on their app and it was
Mhm.
just very like, you could tell
An engineer built it and
an engineer
designed it.
built it and designed the interface for it, and it just was very confusing on how to, like, set things up, and yeah, I'm glad that they changed it now. That's good to
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, so if you're interested in subscription box or like, having any type of subscription on your site,
Mhm.
I do recommend it over CrateJoy.
Also, I just thought of, like, a really good idea, like, if you sell, like, scripts or icons,
Mhm.
I feel like a subscribe and save would be really interesting,
Oh,
like,
yeah. Yeah, it
it
would
could be a
be.
good idea for, like, some those kind of shops that sells, that like people like repurchase once they run out. So yeah,
Yeah, like functional stuff.
yeah, like functional stuff. Yeah.
So next up we have Replay, which is a site recorder. I don't look at this very often, but I think it is helpful when we do look at it. So it
Mhm.
records the user's journey. So like when someone it doesn't record every single person's, but like I think it does it randomly. So you can then review like when people come to your website, what are they clicking on? Like how long
Mhm.
is it taking for things to load for them? When they click something, does that link work, etc. Yeah, it just has a lot of
Yeah.
useful information when you go through the videos.
Yeah, like, it literally will screen record that person's computer, not their full screen, so don't worry, it does not record your entire screen, just from the
Just our
website,
site.
just our site, so don't worry about any privacy issues, things like that. It's really helpful to, like, see what people look at, what's
Yep.
their, like, flow on your
Mhm.
website, just seeing, like, how someone uses your website. I feel like that's really valuable information that people tend to overlook. I think it's just good to know that your website is working properly and people, you don't have a really high bounce rate. So yeah, if you have like a really high bounce rate and you're interested in knowing why, this could be a good way to look into that.
Yeah, and the best part is that it is free, so
Mhm.
can't argue with that.
Yeah, like it's just honestly more information for you as the shop owner. So, yeah, I mean, why not? It's free.
Next app and final app that we use is called Smile. If you have a Shopify, you're probably already familiar with it. I feel like it's the most popular
Mhm.
rewards and loyalty program. Even if you've been
Yeah.
to a shop, like a Shopify site, you've probably noticed it on other people's. It's like a little pop-up box in the corner and you can create an account to get rewards.
So,
What are
like,
the rewards?
points,
Yeah, points that you can redeem for like things
shop
like
credit, or, like,
yeah,
promo codes. I know a lot of shops use Smile, and
we use it. It's great.
we're currently on the free program. I wasn't not sure if was Smile, but I heard one of them is, like, gets expensive very
It's Smile.
quickly.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it Smile? Okay.
I've looked into their plans,
Um
and we cannot afford
Yeah.
it.
Like, some of their plans are crazy expensive from what I remember, but well, I mean, we're on the free plan and there's, like, has everything we need. I think we have, like, the point system,
Mhm.
and then we also have, like, referral,
Referral.
I believe.
Mhm. Yep.
So you can offer, like, your friends a reward, and then if they purchase through your link, you get some credit. Yeah.
It's just like a really nice, easy thing to have, like, it doesn't take a lot of work to set up, and once you set it up, you really don't have to do much, like, it runs itself, so highly
Mhm.
recommend.
Yeah, yeah. I think every sticker shop should have a rewards program. I think it's literally the easiest, like the bare minimum
Yeah.
to get returning customers. I don't think necessarily it's the best way to get returning customers because I know for like the longest time we've had Smile like the entire time that we've had our
Oh, yeah.
Shopify, but
Yep.
it wasn't until like the past 2 years, I'd say, is when we really saw an increase in our customer return rate.
Mhm.
So definitely don't rely on this just for
Yeah, don't rely on this.
don't expect to have like a high return rate just from using Smile, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think it's a nice to have, and it's, like, very passive. You don't have to put in a ton of
Mhm.
work, but at the same time, don't expect a huge return on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a couple of questions.
Mhm.
This one is okay, let's see. When I search for something on the App Store, there's so many apps to choose from, so how do you pick the right one? Okay, this
This is a good
question
question
this is a really
because
good question.
when I feel like you mostly deal with the apps, but
Uh-huh.
I've definitely taken a look at the app marketplace a few times and like I'm like very
It's
overwhelmed by
so
all the different
overwhelming.
options.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of options and I feel like you know how to pick the good apps.
Yeah, I like read all the reviews. Definitely look at the apps, look at the rating. If it's like under anything under 4 stars, I'm a little iffy about, but also read the reviews. People will write things like the developers didn't ever respond to me or, like things like that. So it's really helpful to know because you want an app that works and then also like in the case that it doesn't work, you have responsive developers to help you out. I also will test the app. So usually they'll have like a demo site linked, and I will just click around, see how it works, see how it looks on their demo site. And if it passes through those tests, then I will
Mhm.
download it or add it to our shop to try it out. And most apps do have free trials. So you can try it first to see if you like it. You don't have to like pay upfront, which is really nice. Most
Mm.
of the time, I feel like the majority of apps I download, I end up deleting.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, I mean, just because there's literally so many,
there's
so
so many. Don't feel
and,
like
like, yeah,
you
like,
have to stick
you
with
don't have
one.
to commit right away.
Yeah. And if you have specific questions, I always will email the app developers before I download. So if I want to make sure that they can install it for me or something like that, like
Mhm.
just email them and they'll get back to you. That really helps in deciding as well.
So how do you decide if an app is worth paying for? I know we're on a bunch of free ones, but
Yeah.
how do you decide to, pay for an app or to, like,
This
move up into a higher tier, a paid
I
tier?
I really struggle with this. I don't know about you, but I really struggle with convincing myself to pay
Mhm.
for apps. Like I don't even like paying for apps on like just for my iPhone, like
Uh-huh. I feel that, yeah.
I don't know why, but I just don't. But I think more recently we've been more open to paying for apps, and
Mhm.
I've changed my mindset a little bit. Like it's like marketing. Like when you pay for marketing or like ads, it's not a guarantee that you're going to get a return, and it's more of just like an investment.
Yeah.
So it might be a waste of money, but you also can just test it out for a month or two to see if
Mhm.
you're getting any returns. And if it isn't, like you're not losing too much money, you can just cut it off,
Yeah,
delete it.
cancel it.
Yeah.
Definitely, I feel like I'm a little bit more like, "Oh, yeah, I'm willing to pay," like you don't have to really convince me to pay for an app, I feel like, since it is a business expense. But yeah, like, you don't have to commit to it forever, like, you can just test it out, see how it goes, if it's worth it, then you should definitely continue, but if not, it's not that big of a loss. I feel like all these apps are pretty affordable. They could
Yeah,
definitely
for the
add
most part.
up very quickly, but for the most part, they're not, like, crazy expensive or anything like that, so just give it a try, and it might just be the best new app.
Yeah, and also I will look at all the apps. I feel like for every feature, there's like at least 10 apps for that feature. So you can look
Mhm.
at all the apps, you can like price compare. A
Yeah.
lot of apps will have like a free tier. And if you're a smaller shop, like I think the free tier would probably work for you just
Yeah.
fine. And if you find that the free tier works for you, and as you grow, you can eventually pay for the higher tiers. We've also
Mhm.
done that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. So I think that is it for this episode.
It
If you guys
is.
have any further questions, feel free to email us.
Send them our way.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Sticker Guru.
Check out our shop website, stickerguru.com.
You can email us at hello@stickerguru.com.
And you can watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/stickerguru.
Thanks so much for tuning in. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.